Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a sort of pop-up brand overview because Drunk Elephant launched in the UK today, tomorrow, I'm not even sure what day. This is probably going to go up on the Tuesday. I think they launch by Wednesday. It won't make any difference to you if you don't live in the UK, but never mind. So I thought I would give you a brief overview across the line because unless you live on Instagram or you read blog posts and watch YouTube for a living, you may not be that aware of Drunk Elephant. So I want to give you a top line of the range and the products and a shout out to a couple of my absolute favourites. Okay, so Drunk Elephant was founded by Tiffany Masterson. You will have seen her on my channel if you've been watching me for longer than a week. Actually, that's not true. I'm exaggerating again. I'm full of hyperbole today. Longer than a few months. Earlier this year when I went to LA, Tiffany was in LA and she very graciously let my son Ben and I go and interview her in her hotel room. She is lovely. I find her to be an extremely ethically minded, genuine, lovely woman. So Drunk Elephant is her business and they have much to love and a couple of things that niggle. So let's do the niggles. The brand is founded on this ethos of the suspicious six. And this is based on Tiffany's opinion and then resulting, I assume, resulting feedback from customers. So I'm just going to read this to you. The Drunk Elephant difference. You won't find what we call the suspicious six in our products, and they are essential oils, drying alcohols, silicones, chemical screens, as in sunscreens, fragrance or dyes, and SLS, being sodium lauryl sulfate. They are, in our opinion, inappropriate for all skin. We believe that these 6 ubiquitous ingredients are at the root of almost every skin issue we see. When formulating the products, we focus on pH levels and safety and always make sure that the active ingredients are at efficacious levels. So that's all well and dandy. There is a couple of glitches in that, and that has come across more on their social media. So Drunk Elephant literally live and breathe it. And the problem is, if you use all Drunk Elephant skincare and then you use a foundation from Hourglass or by Terry or Chantecaille or Rimmel or Maybelline or anyone, Drunk Elephant, and if you go to Drunk Elephant and say, I've used your product, I had a reaction to it, it wasn't for me, they will come back with, you must have used something that contains the suspicious six. That's their reply 95% of the time, which I don't think is great customer service. I think until Drunk Elephant have an all-encompassing range, i.e. they make makeup, which surely has to be in the future, because if you are a brand that says you can't use any makeup if you want to use our skincare and have a guarantee that you won't have any problem, then you have to make makeup. That's to my mind. I don't see why they would go into makeup. Tiffany would be the first person to say she's not a makeup artist. The skincare is wicked. I just think they need to get down off the high horse a little bit on the suspicious six. That's my number one. Their interaction with people on Instagram is my number one kind of awkward. Also, the suspicious six is, although Tiffany has undoubtedly done the research and she absolutely 100% believes it, there are brands that are highly respected and have clinical trials and are amazing that contain silicones. And brands that I endorse, everyone loves. So I think it's one thing to say this is what we believe, it's another to say this is what we believe, and because you've chosen to use a product that contains something of the suspicious six, we can't help you if you've had a reaction. That sucks, just putting that out there. Now, outside of that, putting all of that to one side, there is so much to like about the product that it kind of annoys me that that noise was something that's completely under their control, that they could manage, and it is getting louder. Like, you're being told time and time again by your customers, that's not good enough. I bought a serum, it broke me out. Yes, but you've used a foundation that contains the suspicious six. I'm sorry, what? I've used that foundation for years, I had no problem. I use your serum, it gives me a problem. Surely you need to now wake up and smell the hummus. That's a line from Aladdin if you don't have 4 children. However, like I said, I would not be sitting here talking to you about it if I thought this was a problematic brand. It isn't. There is much to love in the products themselves. I mean, I can look at this whole range and I could probably live using this whole range if I only ever wanted to use one range. It would be a stretch, but I can make it work. There's a couple of things I don't have here. I don't have the original Umbra Tint physical sunscreen, and I do not have the new bronzy drops. I didn't get them in the States. It's not the kind of thing I would use, so I don't have those. I do have everything else. I'm going to start with the 3 cleansers. I've only used one. I'm just going to be completely straightforward with you. Peaky Bar and Juju Bar. I think the Juju Bar was actually Tiffany's very first product. My niece, who is also my PA, says that this is lovely. I cannot get past the psychological thing of using soap on my face. It is 100% my issue. I know that Drunk Elephant has a lot of fans who love these bars. This one is, Juju Bar is Cleanse, Exfoliate, and the Peaky Bar is Clarify and Balance. The people who love them, love them. Like I said, the psychological barrier is all mine. I cannot get past putting soap on my face. Cleanser, Best number 9, or Bestie, Best, B-E-S-T-E. Number 9, Jelly Cleanser, Cantaloupe. When I first tried this, here's the other thing, there is an extreme amount of pressure as a blogger, or a reviewer, or a YouTuber, or a skincare, however you want to call whoever it is that you choose to watch. There is a lot of pressure to only drink the Kool-Aid when it comes to certain brands, and Drunk Elephant is definitely one of those brands. When I first mentioned that I did not get on with this cleanser, it was an old formulation, bear with. I was really worried about the backlash. Now, fortunately, I'm older, uglier, and have been in the industry longer than a lot of the people who are shouting at me have been alive, so I don't care. However, it is definitely somehow managed to give itself this halo of protection to criticism. And I think they've taken that too much to heart, which you do see sometimes, a lot of times, when the brands are still owned by the original founder. However, again, having said all of that, to give Tiffany and Drunk Elephant their due, I mentioned on an Instagram picture of my routine, and I will try and find the original and insert it here. Drunk Elephant was at the beginning. I found this a tad too drying for my skin. I think that is how I phrased it. I'm ad-libbing, but it was along those lines. In their absolute defense, they jumped straight into the comments and said, we know, we have fixed it, we think you have the older formulation, the new one is not as drying. Perfect. And they're right, it isn't. It says it's an innovative jelly cleanser that removes all traces of makeup. I would not use this to take my makeup off. For me, this is a skin cleanser. It's a clear jelly. Can you see? You can't even see it. It's just a really super light clear jelly. If I tried to take my eye makeup off with this, it would be too drying for me. I hope that does not get me shot by their stan fans. However, like I say, give them their due. They did feedback and say, we listened to the feedback, it's definitely too drying, we fixed it. It's a nice cleanser. It is a good cleanser for AM or second cleanse PM. I am going to jump to eye cream. There are 2, and if you've been watching my videos this year, you will know that I am obsessed with this one. This is C Tango Multivitamin Eye Cream. For me, this is near perfection on an eye cream. Now, everybody's eyes are different, everybody's skin is different, everybody's needs are different, especially in the eye area. Mine is more about the fine lines, although they're laughter lines. There's a lot of this in my life. And I loved this eye cream. They also do Shaba Complex Eye Serum. This is copper peptides, silky eye serum, just trying to see if there's anything else of any note on there. This one says copper peptides and this says 8 peptide blend. I prefer this one. There are people I know who are slightly younger than me who prefer this one. The one other thing I will say that I don't agree with, purely from the point of view of the consumer, Drunk Elephant are also big on saying you can mix all our products. You can mix these 2 eye creams together to get the perfect combination. I don't have time to use 2 eye creams. I just want one good one. So if you only want one good one, I would go see Tango. If your concerns are just a sort of hydration and you want lighter, I would do this one. Vitamin C serum, C Firma Day Serum, 15% L-ascorbic acid, pumpkin extract, and there is also, I think this has vitamin, I want to say E or D. Revolutionary Vitamin C Serum, yes, D, okay. This is a great vitamin C serum for daily use in the daytime under your moisturizer, and I will tell you for why. It is silicone free, so it doesn't affect your makeup, it doesn't affect your primer, it doesn't affect your moisturizer, and it is the favourite of friends of mine like Steph and Sally Hughes. This is one of their favourite vitamin C serums. I think it's great. I have no complaints. I use something slightly stronger. I use DCL in the evening, but you can't really use DCL into makeup, and this is absolutely a great vitamin C serum for daytime. If you use too much, it will be sticky. That's all I'm saying. I don't think the product is sticky. I think if you find it sticky, you are using too much. Bear that in mind. I don't know what that is. There we go. Be Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. This was my favourite up until the eye cream, I think. In terms of Drunk Elephant products, sorry. That sounds like this is my favourite until. I don't mean I don't like it anymore. Be Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. Pineapple Ceramide Pro Vitamin B5. Apply to face, neck, chest, hands, or any place needing any increased hydration. Again, mix with any DE serum, cream, or oil to lock it in. Well, any other cream would also lock it in, but I suppose they would contain the Suspicious 6, and therein lies the problem. However, I love this serum. It's really nice, it's really light, and the other thing I really love that I can't believe I haven't even touched on is the packaging. They have nailed the packaging. I love bright. Do you like the Scampin' Dude in their honour? Look. They've nailed bright colours. I love bright colours. They've nailed mixing it with white. It's all soft touch. So in the industry we call this soft touch. It's really amazing packaging. Love it. Cannot praise it highly enough. It locks. So it's airtight. There's no, it's airtight in as much as soon as that's open, air's going to get in, but it's sealable. Travels really well. I've never had any leakage with Drunk Elephant. So serum wise, vitamin C to protect during the day, hydrating serum if you are dry, dehydrated, want an instant boost, things like that. Things of that nature. Okay, there are two moisturizers. One is slightly newer than the other. La La Retro Whipped Cream Recover and Rescue looks like this, and Protini Polypeptide Cream Strengthen and Moisturize 9 Signal Peptides looks like this. Where I used to use this in the winter if I was a bit drier, I will now use this because I am older. I think if you are 20, you do not need this cream and you do not need this cream. You might find actually you could just use one of these and go, or this with this on top, or this with this, and pick one. You certainly do not need this. Hang on, these are new, bear with. There we go. You do not need this thickness in cream if you are young, oily acne, and as much as they will say it doesn't have the Suspicious 6, so there's nothing in there that will clog your pores, I beg to differ. The peptide cream is wicked. It is great for an older skin. Hang on. Oh! Just went everywhere. It looks like this. This one is lighter than the La La and it feels it. So you would easily be able to get away with wearing this if you were younger. I just think your money would be better well spent on the vitamin C and the jelly cleanser if you're a younger person. If you're my age, this is for you. I'm going to touch on my favourite Drunk Elephant product before I go down the acid road. Sounds hopeful. Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. Looks like this. Now I have had this, I think I'm on my 3rd bottle. It's been in my empties before. I've been through a couple of the small. They do a beautiful little pink PVC free bag that kind of has these little magnets on it called the Littlies or the Littles or something like that. I'll list it below. I love that. That it's perfect for travel. It's great for if you just want to try the range. I've used 2 or 3 of those from the little one as well. So I go through this stuff like, it's just a beautiful, beautiful facial oil. Now, if you are younger and you have budget concerns, there are other Marula oils in the market. This is superior in every way. However, you have to work with your budget. All I can tell you is my skin is better when I've used the Marula oil than it was before. And to be fair though, let's be completely honest, you could say that about any skincare product, because as soon as you have that immediate surface hydration in the skin, your skin looks better. But this is soothing, healing, all words you're not supposed to say on QVC, by the way. You can't say healing, you can't say anti-aging, you can't say fine lines or wrinkles, I can't even remember. You can't say spots, you have to say blemishes. So sod them, it's my YouTube channel. It's soothing, it's healing, it's softening, it's hydrating, but it's not heavy in any way. It works brilliantly over retinols. I love it. End of. 2 acids, only one is going to be available in the UK, and that is T.L.C. framboose glycolic night serum. AHA, BHA blend, mélange de AHA. Now, from memory, this is 12% AHA with 1% BHA, I believe. People who love this love it. I tend to use my acids more in a toner rather than a serum. That's not to say I don't use it and haven't used it. It's perfectly fine, and there are people who love it. So here's the thing, in as much as I found my home with these 2, for example, these would be my top 2, as much as I love them, there are other people who swear by things like this and this. Drunk Elephant brings out the passion in people, I will give it that. So the acid available to us in the UK is the glycolic night serum. If you are in the States and you're near a Sephora, you can also go and buy the T.L.C. Sukari Babyfacial. This is twice as strong, and that is why it's not allowed in the EU. It's 25% AHA and 2% BHA. It looks like this. Oh, there we go. It looks like this. It's not so much a serum as it is a sort of light lotiony cream type scenario. This is not for you if you have sensitive skin. So as much as they say that everything is suitable for all skins and they don't contain the suspicious 6, so it's suitable for all, do not put this on your skin if you have a sensitized skin, if you have rosacea on the cheeks. You're welcome, don't do it. You might find this is easier, it's less than half of the strength. So not available to the EU, USA only. This is the one we're getting, and that is because the EU is tight on acids. You may have noticed Sunday Riley's Good Genes has disappeared. It's coming back as a glycolic at a much lower percentage than the lactic that is still available in the States is going to be available at. If you want to be confusing, think about that scenario. I'm going to cover these 2 quickly. There is a lip balm, which I kind of use for travel, apply to lips as needed. Don't you just love it when you have to do the description? So it's literally, I'm going to take off all my lipstick. It's lovely lip balm, nothing. Here's the thing, the reason they've made a lip balm is because the suspicious 6, as they call it, most lip balms contain at least 3 of those, so that will be why they've made their own. It's perfectly nice. If you don't have the budget and you're looking for 1 or 2 things, you can shelve this happily. If you love Drunk Elephant and you don't want to use anything else and you're obsessed with the suspicious 6 and you think their word is golden, you will love this. A quick mention on this one, the Umbra Tint Physical Daily Defense. This was in my SPF video. The good thing is that it's 20% zinc oxide, so it's the safest SPF available at the moment. It is SPF 30 and it is broad spectrum. The negative is they can't seem to get it right for all skins. So the original one, which is sort of in a long blue and white tube like this, but it's blue and white, was okay for me. It was a little bit thick because zinc oxide is thick. That's the problem. You're not going to get a chemical SPF in Drunk Elephant. It's one of their suspicious 6. This one is, they tinted it because the original was so ashy and had so much bounce back on a darker skin that they had to offer an alternative. However, they haven't nailed it with this either. So the Umbra Tint Physical Daily Defense, it was okay, but I used it more at night time, almost sort of underneath makeup. It wasn't great for, I kind of used it to try and play with it. I didn't enjoy using it as much. That's probably what I'm trying to say. So in a weird way, I would stick with the original and just not have my picture taken when I was wearing it. Not helpful, I know. Okay, another brief overview. Soap bars, I haven't used, being completely transparent. I can't put soap on I just can't get there. Everyone who says no, but my soap's different, I use it and my skin goes. But my niece loves Juju, not Peaky, Juju. The jelly cleanser is great it is good for all skin types. It doesn't really leave any sticky residue, but I still wouldn't use it to take off makeup. I don't think it does a good enough job. I think it's a skin cleanser. So when I say it doesn't do a good enough job, I mean of removing the thick layer of makeup. As a skin cleanser, it's lovely. Eye creams. Sea Tango is a winner for me, but the Shabba Complex, weirdly, is kind of a better choice, for example, if you're flying, because it's a bit wetter than Sea Tango. They advise that you can mix both. That's fine if you have a black Amex card. Seafoam Day Serum. I like it. I'm not obsessed with it, but I will happily use it. Is probably the best way of putting it. However, my mates like Sally and Steph love it. Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum, B-Hydra. I love this serum, but I love hyaluronic acid. I err on the more dehydrated side than dry, so I love this serum. I also like doing this. It feels very heavy and satisfying in the hand. Proteini Polypeptide Cream is the new one. This is for you if you are slightly older. Think peptides. It's loaded with peptides, and peptides are designed almost as collagen scaffolding. That's what you want this for. Lala Retro is a slightly richer cream. It's soothing, it's softening if you have dry skin, if your skin is annoyed with you, if you need help post too much retinol, for example, or sunburn, things like that. This is wicked. The T.L.C. Framboos Glycolic, this is your nighttime acid. This is where they put acid into their routine. It's at night while you're asleep. Nothing wrong with this, it's very nice. I just prefer a daily morning acid or a daily evening acid, depending. Virgin Marula Oil is my takeaway. I love this product. It will be in my arsenal forever and ever. It is like rehab for your skin. I would agree with that, actually. Rich in critical antioxidants and omegas 6 and 9. Marula balances and nourishes, da 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 da. It is a beautiful oil. Love it, can't go wrong. And then a word for the ones who live in the States. T.L.C. Sukari Babyfacial. This is strong. This is 25% AHA and 2% BHA. This is closer to a peel for me than a nighttime treatment. Actually, on that, how long does it tell you to use? How often are you supposed to use this? Even later, no more than 1 to 2 times a week. Good, yes, no more than 1 to 2 times a week, and then you take it off. I concur, it is very strong. I hope that helps. I will do a quick list on the blog of pros and cons. The pros absolutely outweigh the cons, but the cons have a bigger voice because of social media. And that is something that Drunk Elephant have the power to nip in the bud. I don't know why they keep doubling down and saying the same thing when they could just say, no, you're right, maybe it was our serum. That's all it takes. Acknowledge your customer when they give you genuine feedback. I will list all the sort of key things of the range below. Hope that was helpful. It's on sale tomorrow or today, whatever day this goes up. Any other questions, let me know. I will also link the video to Tiffany below. As I said, she is a lovely, lovely woman, and I think she wholeheartedly, well, I know she wholeheartedly, genuinely believes in her range and in the Suspicious Six, and that makes me more forgiving of her. Not her, that's a horrible thing to say, how arrogant. That makes me more forgiving of the brand and the ethos on social media, but I do think it needs addressing. So, product's great, tweak the social media, we will be golden. Have no idea what's next, don't even know what day it is. Take care, see you soon, bye.